Emi, let's review your routine.
Small cast. Then arms. Good cast. Head out. Arch. Obnoxious total scan. Yeah.
9.675, Emi. Was that perfect 10?
No.
What would you have scored it?
A 9975.
9975? But you just listed like 4 deductions when we were talking.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll see how the judge actually breaks this routine down. Hey guys, have you ever wondered, what does a judge see when they review a gymnastics routine? That perfect 10 you thought you got? Why was it only a 9.675? Well, we went through and worked with my judge's eye, an actual judge, to review Emi's level 4, 6, and 7 season, along with Kumi's level 3 season, to go through their routines and all the deductions that they had from a judge's perspective. Every little twist, turn, bent arm, bent leg, bent knee, the judge reviewed it, gave us the deduction value, and got us to whatever score you end up getting. We're happy to show all of the reviews and all of the routines from the perspective of a judge. So come and follow along.
Vault is slowed down to have a better look at the positions. First, the repulsion angle, also known as the block off the table. If your hands leave the table by vertical, which would be right here, then that would be no deduction. But we can see that Emi is still making contact with the table at this angle, which is past vertical. For angles, we're always looking at the lowest point of the body, which here is Emi's toes, and it would be up to 2.5 tenths. Coming off the table, we're looking for a stretched position. We see here that there is a pike. We're also looking for more height here and quicker rotation, which means that the chest is coming up quicker off the table. We would also like to see more distance away from the vault table. Keeping all of that in mind, let's take one more look at this vault and look at the angle, the height, the hip position, the rotation off the table, and also the distance away from the table. Really nice extension on your glide here. You're just a little bit shy on this handstand here, which would be a 1/2 tenth to 10th at this angle. Watch your elbows here. This bend would be a 1/2 tenth to a 10th. The direction of the free hip is coming along really well. Just keep working it towards that eventual goal of handstand. Here you can see that there's a slight arch and the toes are pretty low. We want to see it nice and high and extended, just like your first glide. Work on this catch shape. We want to see nice straight arms, a hollow body, and feet squeezing together. This cast is also just a little bit shy. It would be a 1/2 tenth to a 10th deduction at this angle. Here we can see a slight arch shape coming over the bar. We really want to see that there's a nice hollow position, and there's also a slight elbow bend happening in the giant just before this photo pause. We want to see more height on this flyaway, but also a little bit less rotation. And making those changes is going to help you to have a nice controlled landing and to avoid those large step deductions. Great job, Emi, on getting all the way up to your cast handstand here. Just work on tightening up the body position a little bit to get rid of that arch. Watch the elbows again on this free hip, and we can see here that this one is quite a bit lower angle-wise than in your prior routine, and that opens you up to a bigger insufficient amplitude of your clear hip deduction, which can be up to 4 tenths. And watch this glide again with that slight arch, and then also the toes being low. We want that nice high glide extension. Here we see the catch shape with the elbows bent, and then also that arch position. We really want to see straight arms and a nice hollow body there. This is just a little bit shy on the handstand, so it would be that 1/2 tenth to 1/10 deduction. Much better shape coming over in this giant than in the other routine. Just a tiny bit of body position there, with the rib cage being a little bit out. And this flyaway still needs a little bit more work on the height, but the rotation is so much slower and more controlled, which is what made this landing so much stronger. I really like how you fought to hold this handstand. There's just a little bit of movement with the elbows and the body, so work on keeping it really solid. Here we can see that the arms drop below the ears in this connection. That becomes even more important because then they're also closed in the back handspring here. And that's partially why the elbows are bent here, and we can also see a little bit of foot and leg form. In this turn, we want to see that the foot is pointed directly at the knee. It's just a little bit off, and we can also see that the heel drops at the end of the turn. The heel dropping is going to be at least 1/10, and then we can also see that the arms are a little bit loose in the full turn as well. Really nice height in this jump. Just make sure the feet are pointed fully here. The split requirement at level 7 is 180 degrees, so a full split. This is close, but you're going to lose about 1/10.5 for the split, and then also potentially 1/2 to 1/10 for some loose knees. Just work on being a little bit more aggressive with this cartwheel back tuck connection so that you can get a little bit more height in the back tuck, and that you can also show an open shape before your landing. That way you'll have your chest a little bit higher on this landing, which will help you to get that stick. On this turn, you start facing the corner, so just make sure that you finish fully with your hips facing the corner as well. Work on getting your feet together in this round off, which will also help them stay together in the back handspring. You have a really nice high layout shape. Just make sure to really zero in on that landing. In the switch leap, you can see that your back leg after the switch is really nice and high, but the front leg is too low. Really work on kicking it up there nice and high after your switch. Your straddle jump looks great from this angle, just really fight to control that landing. This push-up shape is really fun and unique and just shows how strong you are. Very impressive. Really nice height on this front tuck. I would love to see a bit of a tighter tuck shape during the flip, and then an open before the landing, and just a little bit more of feet pointed throughout. Overall, Emi, you're a really strong level 7 with great skills on all 4 events. Just work on all of those small improvements, and I can't wait to see how those adjustments help improve your next competition. First, I just want to say that this is a really nice vault, Emi, and your shape throughout is so impressive. Here we can see that you're still maintaining table contact slightly past vertical. If you came off the table by vertical, that would be no deduction. Here your shape is very nice. We're just looking for a little bit more height off the table. We're also looking for a little bit more distance from the table. That would be a very slight deduction on this vault. Overall, it's a really nice vault. Nice extension on this glide, nice cast. Just watch the feet here going into this squat on. Watch the elbows here. You want to catch the high bar with nice straight arms, and when you do that, you'll be in a higher hollow body position as well. Nice extension again here, and that is a standout cast at level 4. Really good rhythm and dynamics here. Here we can see an arch position into the dismount. This really should be nice and hollow. Excellent stick and overall incredible routine, Emi. Here we see a slight elbow bend going from the kip to the cast. This is a standout cast at level 6. Here we can see an elbow bend on the clear hip, and it also has an insufficient amplitude, which is a pretty large deduction. Here we see an elbow bend as you catch the high bar, and there's also a bit of an arch shape there. This is another excellent cast. On this flyaway, we're looking for more height, and that will help you to zero in on a better landing shape and a stick. Overall, you have great dynamics and rhythm, especially on bars, and I can't wait to see how you progress, Emi. It's a little hard to see here, but we're looking for a higher glide here, so there's going to be a deduction for insufficient extension. There's also a really slight arch in the body that the judges could take a half attempt on. There's a little bit of arch here, you're super strong, so just try to keep a nice straight body line. There's also a little bit of loose legs here, really work on squeezing your toes together and keeping those knees tight. Nice shape in your cast. Here you can see this piked position and a little bit of flexed feet. That'll be a deduction on each of the back hip circles. Here you just have a little wobble, just really squeeze your body tight when you finish your back hip circles. Here you're doing a little pike before you get ready for your front hip circle. Just try to keep your hips nice and flat. Coming out of the front hip, the elbows are a little bit too bent and you're not able to get the connection into your cast. Missing that connection is a flat 2/10 deduction. After the squat on, you want to stand up nice and tall and have a nice hollow stretch jump. Great stick to finish this routine. You're close, Kumi, but keep working on getting that handstand all the way up to that nice straight vertical line. And also work on the body shape, the arch, and the arms covering the ears. In the heel snap turn, the top toe should stay pointed at the knee, and the bottom toe should show a nice big releve, and then heel lower down at the end. These jumps are so nice, they just need to be connected, so you're losing half a tenth there. Make sure you hold this arabesque for a full second. Try to get this leaf up a little bit higher and show a little bit more split. We want these pivot turns to be a little bit sharper and also a little bit higher up in the releve. Great job getting this to vertical. Just work on the foot position and keeping the arms by the ears. Here we see a pike position. We want to see a really nice straight body, and keeping that will help you to get that stick. Overall, great job, Kumi. I can't wait to see where some of those small changes take these routines.
So now that we reviewed that great feedback from my judge's eye, what are some of the things we learned? Well, let's take a look at the before and after of Emi's floor routine. This was her latest floor routine from state. Her prior routine, she had a 9.250. Let's see how she does on her next routine. Very nice tumbling pass with an improved landing. Look at that difference in the switch leap. Still not all the way where we need it, but much, much better in that front leg. Shout out to my judge's eye for calling out that impressive push-up routine. Next year, we'll add a one-arm push-up in there. And another better landing there for Emi. All in all, at state championship, she scored her personal best floor routine at level 7, scoring a 9.40. So she went from a 9.25 to a 9.40.
Good job, Emi!
Those were some great takeaways Emi was able to use to improve her floor. But what about the bars? Well, this is something her coaches have talked to her about ever since she was in level 3, 4, 6, and 7. The jump to the high bar. What do we see? Bent arms. Level 6, bent arms. Level 7, bent arms. From level 4 to level 7, bent arms on the jump to the high bar has always been there. Something to fix.
So, Emi, now that you've seen the judge's eye and all of the deductions that she broke down in your routines, what is one correction that you can fix that you've done in every single one of these routines from level 4 to level 7?
My jump to the high bar.
What's wrong with your jump to the high bar?
My arms are always bent.
Always better, okay? So let's work on fixing that correction. And if you guys want to have your own routines reviewed and see what are some of the simple corrections that you can fix, what are some of the deductions that you didn't even know you were getting deducted for, then please go to My Judge's Eye and check it out yourself. I have a link in the description here, and then also we have a discount code, Emi&Kumi, which I have written up on the screen and also in the description. If you use that discount code, you'll get a discount on your review. So please check out the service and perform better in your next gymnastics meet. See you all in the next video. We'll be at regionals in a few weeks.